Welcome to yet another interesting episode of Wine Talks with Maxxy, where, of course, every glass comes with a story. And our today's guest is a man who has built businesses, created opportunities, influenced lives, and understand what many people overlook. He understands that success is not just about what you build, but about the experience you create. From entrepreneurship to hospitality, from business leadership to pageantry, he has mastered the art of connecting people, building brands, and creating memorable moments. And today, over a glass of wine, we are uncovering the lessons that are behind these journeys. So don't go, stay tuned, we'll be back. Now let's start with the person behind the titles, right? So please introduce yourself to our audience. Who was the young man before the business?
Okay. Um, Words, that's, yeah. Before I go on, I would like to appreciate you for this opportunity and your kind words. I mean, when I had you reading the portfolio, I was like, is that me? But yeah, we are here.
Yeah.
My name is Divine Future Johnson, and I run multiple businesses. But before these businesses was a man who is passionate about success, passionate about changing lives, and never comfortable with the current position in life. Even right now, I am in a place of discomfort.
Yeah.
So yes, that is a summary of that man that you will find before the man many people know today.
Wow. So interesting. Did you always know you would become an entrepreneur?
There was something I told myself in my 100 level.
Mm.
No disrespect to my classmates or anything, but I told myself that from the course I was studying, I was never going to use that certificate to do anything.
Yeah.
That if I ever have a reason to use that certificate to do anything that involves me getting paid, then I know I should know that the years I spend doing entrepreneurship is a waste. That it was not able to give me what's necessary. My only plan for that certificate was, if necessarily need be, for you to travel or do masters or just something, because I have always known that in our current situation, in our current country, our position to success is not tied to a degree, but rather tied to your resilience and your ability to not be comfortable with your current decision or your current position and making deliberate decision to change that stand. So yes, I have always known that I would be. In fact, I have always been an entrepreneur right from a child. Yes, as a young child. I just remember this now, and it's making me laugh because as a young child, then I trade my food with my siblings. You understand? And that's like some portion of my food I could tell you, you help me to wash plate and I will give you. That's trade. Trade by barter there. So that has been a spirit that I have been born with, how to trade services for what you have, which is equivalent to money now and everything. And then growing up to assisting my mom, who is a serial entrepreneur, I already know that no, there's no other path defined for me than this.
Wow. So tell us, what was the first business you created?
All these things makes me laugh because my brothers will get to watch these things and they will just be laughing too. I think the very first business I opened was it's called Changes Laundry. That's the name. Changes Laundry. One day I woke up, I was like, okay, I can just be washing people's clothes and ironing their clothes and getting money. Light is free. Now my papa they do lights. Let me just get this done. Then I went and I printed a complimentary card. Changes Laundry. That was the name. Hey God.
Changes
Laundry. Today my brothers, anytime I remember my last born particularly, say, bros, you remember that one time you think say Changes Laundry for making yeah, because I just get it like boom. I just printed complimentary card. I started sharing it. I do laundry. Guess what? After a while, I'd realized that one thing I've always known is I want to be a millionaire. I want to make good money. So when I'm in a business and I see that this business in the long run will not give me what I seek, I switch. I switch. I just switch to another niche. And
I think that was one thing that I've observed about you. Yeah, I've seen you build many businesses, like how or what has your experiences? What has it taught you being an entrepreneur? What toughest lesson have you had from being an entrepreneur?
My toughest lesson is very controversial. You know, there is the general saying, give up, no join. Don't give up.
Yeah.
The toughest lesson is if you can't do it, give up.
Wow.
And there's a saying that a good dancer knows when to leave the stage.
That's right.
I am that dancer when it comes to entrepreneur. I know when to close a business.
Yeah.
I know when to sell a business. I know when to rent a business. I know when to quit a business. I know when a business is taking more than it should from me.
Yeah.
And I know when to give my attention to something else. So yes, that is my toughest lesson. That bridge line. That line where you have to know if what you need is extra patience for that business or you have to leave and focus on something else, because there's a very thin line between patience and waste of time.
We all understand that many people see the success, but few people understand the sacrifice behind it. So tell us, what was your biggest sacrifice?
That's something I can't share right now because it is really the biggest. Something just came to my head now. That has to be the biggest, but it's something I'm not ready to share yet.
Oh, you're not ready to share.
It's very, very tough, and I'm not ready to let out.
Okay.
Yes.
I think we can.
So, and it does not involve human blood.
I have to say that. You have to. I beg.
Exactly. I don't want to say it. This boy, I know you're not clean.
It's very better.
Yes, I have to.
Like you have to clear that air.
Yeah. But it is like this, the sacrifice was like a decision I had to make.
Okay.
I had to sacrifice something like myself, a part of myself.
Yeah, but basically, people can actually learn from the experience. Though.
Yeah. So tempting.
People can learn from it.
I'll just give a tip. Yeah.
Okay.
One of my biggest sacrifices is understanding that as much as school is not a scam, education is not the way. So I sacrificed my A's, my good grades, and everything to get where I am. So I didn't even mind when I came out with something less or everything. It didn't really matter to me. What mattered to me was the fact that I wanted to be who I want to be. So from the 100 level, I already knew that this certificate is not going to help me. So I didn't make it my priority. I sacrificed it somewhat. When I had exams, text, and then I have something I have to do on my entrepreneurial part, I leave the test and run out. Yes, there are some other things that still involve schools that I would not. But then, like Joshua known that my school era collect a lot to making who I am because the time I actually did the foundations of these things was when I was in my 100 level, 200 level, 300 level, and those times are when the school demands you the most. So I had to carry my school and say, see, if you have to make it. There was even a point that I would not mention the name. If not for a prominent figure in that school, that I had to say, Divine, you are in this level, right? What is happening to your school? Come on, go and do this. Oh yeah, like ensured and followed me up with authority to ensure that I finished through. Sorry, I would have dropped that in 100 level.
Wow.
Because I had already sacrificed my education. Not the knowledge, because school taught me a lot. But the certificate itself was not a priority for me. So I was willing to let go of the certificate, but learn everything the environment had to teach me and everything. But I got to that prominent figure. If I saw her in my dream more than once, she gets flogging into this thing. So that's where I am.
So let's have some fun. All right, If your entrepreneurial journey was a wine, what kind of wine would it be?
Vodka.
Oh my God.
See, you know what? I don't know why so much, but you see, is there anyone that is more harsh than Boko? I can tell you have to split face.
You know, the thing is this, when I was drafting this question,
you already had the answer.
I don't
you know a part of the journey.
when now.
Exactly. So yeah.
I was like,
no.
divine answer to this question is going to be vodka.
Vodka. Now you have to squeeze face,
bro. But that's it. The best wines do not become better overnight. Yeah, they have to like go through processes and all of that. That's the same for business as well. So it's a good one that you actually share that experience. We will be say we dey into the business lifestyle. We know our experience be. But if there's anything more than vodka, we know how it is. Yeah. So now here's something more interesting.
Okay.
Many people know you as a businessman, right? But you are also involved in pageantry, right? What attracted you to pageantry?
Okay, pageantry is not just my interest. My interest is modeling in general.
Okay.
So the question is, what attracts me to
modeling?
Okay. Sometimes on Instagram early this year, I shared a part of the story.
Yeah.
I got into this when I got into school. I didn't know what modeling was. If you tapped me and asked me what is modeling, I would probably check Google. And then if you ask me who was Agbani Derego, who is the most prominent pageant girl, I would not know. So I didn't really have any knowledge of it. But once I got into school and everything, I participated in a pageant and I had an advocacy.
Yeah.
Because once I got into school and I started getting involved in modeling, I saw that clothes fits me. I wanted to try it and everything. I observed that there was a problem with the system, the agencies, the institute, the way the fashion shows go and everything. And like I always say, you can't drive out darkness by talking about darkness. You have to be the light.
Yeah, you have to be the light.
And then I always say, people, when I started, there were some people that kicked against it because of my faith and everything. And I told them something. I was like, regardless, me or not, generations after now, we still do this.
Yeah.
So if you drive all the people of faith out of the business, you are leaving it for the kingdom of darkness. So I see this as a mountain that I, a son of light, has to conquer. So when you look, you still see light in the industry.
Yeah.
So yes, I am light, and my advocacy represents light in its generality. To represent light to the women that participate in my pageant.
Yeah.
From all, like my last edition, all my pageant queens from my very first pageant were present. If these queens in questions, they don't actually resonate with what we do, they will not leave their schedules. Like most of them are done with school, big and everything. They will not leave what they do to come down to our finale. So basically, the advocacy centered around building lives, building people, and helping them show forth their light to the world in general. Yes, so from pageantry to runway modeling, because as a scout agency that we are, we have placed models that are currently in Paris, currently in Milan. That's their light showcasing outside. That is our joy. That is what gives me satisfaction, not the money. Not the money, just that particular part. The money, it just comes as the added advantage.
We all know how important confidence is to our world, right? So please speak on this. How important do you think confidence should be in our world today?
Okay, I would say confidence is like something you get to rest your back on, right? If you know, confidence comes from a place of knowledge. If you know what you are resting your back on, that's where your confidence resides, right? And in our world today, people look out for people that are confidential, because that's in a way just tell the person that is viewing you that there is someone behind you. There is a knowledge behind you to which you are resting your shoulders on. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. For example, I confidently put my hands here because this is present. I'm confidently sitting because this is present. That is confidence. If you take this chair out and I still sit like this, you would come and sit like that because you think that there is something that I'm banking on that is keeping me like this. That is confidence for me. So yes, confidence is important in entrepreneurship journey, especially when you want to pitch. When you want to pitch, you don't want your client thinking you don't know what you are doing or there is no backbone. Of course, I don't know about every other person, but me, I have a very, very, very solid backbone. I always say it, if you know my code word, Jesus is my advantage. So that is like my backbone. If we are both going for a contract, the only reason I know outside me and both of us, we are both graduates, both of us, we both do the same job, both of us, we are good at what we do. There's something I know I have more than you. Jesus. You may have Jesus, but I know the capacity that I have him is my complete is my complete advantage. My confidence is in him. You understand? So when I walk into the room, I walk into the room because my father owns the room, which is Jesus. So yes. So as an entrepreneur, when you walk into that place, business and everything, when you want to sell your market, when you want carry it, you've seen me many times when I do decorations and I switch personalities. I switch personalities and I carry this personality because why? This is who I am. If you think you cannot tally with it, walk. The door to my path is always open. It's either open for coming in and open for going out. It is that simple for me. So yeah, confidence is a very vital tool, but confidence is as a result of where your backbone is. So depending on where your backbone is and how many times you have seen it come true for you, yes, that matters. Because we have seen people sit on chairs and don't fall. That is where we have the confidence to always sit. So that is it. If you have trust in a certain thing and it works for you, for me, it is God and it works for me every now and then. So where am I keeping my confidence again? I will bank it on that. So whatever you have worked on before now that works for you, lock it in. That is where your confidence should be built. So if it is your smile, some people, they just smile before they say something and somebody's already saying, what do you need? That's your confidence. Build on it. Smile before every board meeting. If your confidence is prayer, pray before every board meeting. If your confidence is worship after meeting. Just something that, anything that builds that confidence, sit with it before any meeting.
Wow. Thank you so much. So moving on, can presentation, right, open doors that talent alone cannot?
Presentation. Talent is very beautiful, and everybody in this life has a talent. Some are just not discovered it. The easiest way to find expression in your talent is presenting the talent. So the manner to which you present that talent goes a long way to telling how much talented you are. So you can be so good at fashion designing, but you've never made a piece. That does not stop you from being talented, but you've never presented your talent. You've never done a presentation of your talent. You've never appeared on a fashion runway. That means that has affected. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. You may be good at singing, but nobody has ever heard you sing. You sing in your bathroom. Good. You are very talented, but nobody has ever heard you present that craft. Sorry. You are just there. You are still a raw material that has not yet been processed. And we have that problem a lot. At least this generation that is coming now is finding more expression. You understand? Generations before us and even some part of our generation, there are a lot of people, of my friends, that I will see you can do this, and I'm like, wow. But then nothing about that. You are not putting it out there. You're not presenting it out there. Presentation over ages differs. For our age, presentation was not social media. For our age, like when we were younger and when we were coming up with our talent, presentation was less of social media, but physical workings, and you have all the documents and everything. But as time went on, now people don't even want to see your proposal. Just share them in Instagram accounts. They will know. Your Instagram account is a living proof of what you do. So you have to make the Instagram account look like your talent.
Your presentation.
Look like it. Present your Instagram account to tally. The same thing your socials like that. So presentation is very important to expressing your talent.
Let's even tie this to wine. Just like a beautiful wine bottle.
Bam.
Sitting pretty, right? It attracts people, but what makes people come back is what's inside. You understand? So it's just like basically what you're just talking about.
It will attract.
Yeah, it will
yes.
attract. But what will now make me come back to drinking that particular wine? It was inside.
Well, that's where the talent
That's where
comes
the
in. So
talent
the
comes
presentation
in.
has to first play its role,
Exactly.
which invites people.
Yeah,
You understand?
yeah.
Because without that presentation, the talent will be there. You understand? Nobody
Yeah.
that first taste.
Yeah.
Nobody will have that first taste of you.
Yeah.
In your craft.
Yeah. This experience we just shared, do you think it's the same with life?
Which of the experience?
Like
The
presentation.
Okay, I think I switched my answers because the first answers I gave was literally explaining it as a life factor. I didn't know this question was coming in. Yes, it's basically the same. If I had a story, this is a very funny story. I don't know if it is true, but it makes sense logically, and that's why I always pin to it. It said a man woke up, a broke man woke up one morning and went to Bill Gates and said, I am the in-law of Nigerian's biggest, wealthiest billionaire, Alingo Dangote. I need a job in your company. And Bill Gates said, wow, really? And he gave him a job. And then he came back to Nigeria and said, I own this position in Bill Gates' company. I need you to marry your daughter. And then he said, oh wow, really, you have this? And he gave the daughters, and now he has married the two together. Like, married the wife, and he has achieved both ends. So yes, basically in life, presentation doesn't matter. You don't have to look like your problem. I always tell people, the day I drink Harry and the day I eat fried rice, I look the same.
It's the same.
Do you understand? The day I drink Harry, the day I eat fried rice, the day I eat only bread, the day I look the same. This is how we always see me.
Yeah.
This is how you always see me. The only time you will see me less is inside my house. And you don't have that access. I don't give people that access to inside my house. So basically when I step out looking like this. In my good days, when 2,000 naira is in my account, when 2 million is in my account, when 10 million is in my account, 100 million is in my account, I look this way.
You say the same way.
It's not because when money don't enter, because you say you will not know.
Yeah.
Why? Because that's not when I'm trying to present myself. Presentation is already on the surface level. So is it with life. You have to, aside the talent, the craft, and everything else, you have to package and present yourself. And not say fake life. Fake life has a tiny difference from it's very similar, but fake life just has a very tiny difference from what this is all about. Yes.
So moving on, what's the most valuable lesson you have learned from people?
Okay, I would say this, facing the camera and saying it to everybody. It doesn't have to be the same, but for me, my most valuable lesson is that you need people. See, you cannot do this life alone. You need lieutenants. You need people that you can trust. Do you understand? People that you can say, was this person in the room? Okay, don't worry. As far as this person is in the room, I am getting all the info. As far as this person in the room, you cannot talk about me and this person is comfortable with it.
Yeah.
And those people, I'm blessed with them. I would have mentioned them, but don't worry, you know yourself. I am blessed with a lot of these persons that I just hold them as my lieutenants. They are my G's. I don't have so many friends.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people. A lot of people know me. But you see my friends list, we are very few. You understand? And that few, so they cannot be comfortable with you.
Yeah, demeaning. Yeah.
No. So basically, you need people to rise and you need people to fall. So you need to understand that you need people for everything. And then with that knowledge that you need people, understand this thing about people too. It's going to help you. Everybody has two sides. Everybody is like a coin. They have the good and they have the bad. The fact that you are seeing the good about them does not mean that they don't have a bad side. The fact that you are seeing the perfect them does not mean they don't have an imperfect side. You understand? Now, how you work with them will now be a transparency, the transparency of how they have presented themselves to you. So if you choose that you want to show me the good part of you, I would not ignore the good part you are showing me and start looking at your bad side. You understand? I've had a staff that actually stole money from me, but this person is exceptionally good. Do you know what I did?
Yeah.
I could not afford to lose this person in my business. I took the person out of finance. Do you understand?
Yeah.
This person is still 70 today, but you're out of finance. So you don't have access to stealing money, and that's your weakness.
Yeah.
I help you in your weakness. Do you understand? Because you need people. And people that I work with, I have people that go way back 8 years, 5 years, that still work with me till today. You understand? So imagine after these years, you just find out that because once you want to take the pressure. No, if I see your indiscipline here, I take you to where your discipline finds you. I know how to use the strength of people and ignore their weakness and help them work on their weakness to be a better version of themselves. Yeah, that is it.
Wow. It's a lot. It's a lot. Trust me, even as the interviewer, no worry.
No, it's not my everybody.
I didn't learn, oh. I didn't learn. I didn't learn. Click. Oh, no worry. If you are not following Wine Talks with Maxxy, you're on the loose end. Oh,
you should subscribe. You should subscribe and join.
There are a lot of wisdom. There are a lot of opportunities on this way, right? Thank you so much for for giving us that insight. Trust me, I just learned something from it, right? So you have built businesses, you have helped create opportunities, you have been influential to people, So please tell us, what does success mean to you today? After all of these, experiences, what does success? No, you are free. Drink up. What does success mean to you today?
I'm writing a book on success, right? And I'll not give the title of the book because it's yet to be released.
Okay.
But in that book, I define success as purpose, living your purpose.
Yeah.
And I define purpose as living the life you have lived in eternity. Now, this is a very complex topic that I do not expect us to completely comprehend. But you see, everything happening in this life has happened in God's eternity, according to my belief. God already knows. That is why he's an all-knowing God.
Yeah.
He has knowledge of what is happening next, what is going to happen in the future. So my definition of actual success is being able to live the exact life God has for me. But when we come to business, entrepreneurship, and everything, success is can be shifted a bit away from that eternity into reality. It still boils down.
Yeah, it still boils down to reality. God has
a plan for you in your
entrepreneurial
journey. And sometimes when I even pray, I use that as I know God cannot plan me to fail in this entrepreneurial journey. So success on business note, entrepreneurial note, is your ability to have a sustainable business, a business that do not require you to thrive. A business that does not physically require your presence to thrive. When a business thrives without your presence there, that business is already building success.
Yeah.
You understand? Success does not have a stone. Bill Gates is yet to be successful.
Yeah.
You understand? Like, he's successful, but he cannot call that success for him because he has somewhere he's still going to. Till he gets to the final boss of where he no longer has anything to pursue. Then he can say, I'm successful. This is success. So till we reach that level, we are all still successful. In the lowest level, we are growing in the success. You understand? I want to open a wine bar. I open just a small wine bar where you have like 3-4 wines.
Yeah.
I successfully open a wine bar.
Yeah.
My next level of success will now be I want to make it 20 wines.
Yeah.
Am I successful in that? Good. So you build like that. It is stages. So success passes by stages. But most importantly, once you know your business is already accumulating good success, you don't need to be there for the business to thrive. It thrives without your presence.
Thank you so much for coming, and that will be the end of this amazing episode. But I want us to know that just like life, great wines requires patience, great businesses requires vision, and great legacy requires people, right? And to our guest, Obokiasa, thank you so much for coming. Yeah. And to our audience, this has been Wine Talks with Maxxy. Until we see you next time, have an amazing week. Enjoy yourself. I don't know, regardless of where you are going to be watching this video, whether you are starting the week or not, just enjoy yourself. And do not say no to wine. Right? Cheers.
And Jai, I want to add, every day
is a wine day.